Alright, yo, what's going on? I'm gonna do a weekly outlook on Nasdaq and S&P. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's first get into the high impact news. So this week I was back testing. That's why I said news, but Monday no high impact news. Tuesday no high impact news, meaning that we're most likely going to see price either on Monday reverse or continuous bearish order flow. We've seen that already. We've been seeing that absolutely rip, but it's coming back into the range. Or just consolidate, most likely consolidate into Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll see some manipulation move, and then there'll be a displacement move out of the bearish range. So Wednesday we have FOMC. Best to just not trade until after, or you got to trade the micro. Most likely will be like the AM session. Then on Thursday we don't want to be trading after. We want to trade and wait after core CPI. So be waiting for that, and then on Friday we'll be waiting till 10 AM high impact news. So yeah, it's better to just wait for high impact news as usually. Monday we just won't be trading, let the range develop. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So now looking at Nasdaq, price has already traded below our low. So that's just showing us how strong this bearish pressure has been since Donald Trump's tariff news. If we're looking at the weekly, we're most likely looking at price to go into this swing low. So that's most likely going to be a draw on liquidity for the week. If we are to trade back into this IRL and then displace, yeah, it all just depends on how strong and how dramatic this sell-off's gonna be. So let's mark out what we're seeing. So I am seeing a bearish order block at this 3 bullish candles before we traded lower. So I'd say that's our institutional manipulation of last week, right? Then we have a volume imbalance within that order block. I would preferably not want to see price trade as high as that, ideally, because then they'll just be really like big manipulation. Don't really want to see that. Makes our bearish range a lot harder to judge and anticipate our next move. We then have a bearish daily fair value gap, and this is where I want price to go, ideally, because if we look at our range from, look at that, our daily candle has just turned bullish for the first time today. Today's been absolutely ripping. But yeah, like if we see that is pretty deep into a discount. Ideally, preferably, I don't know, but yeah, we want to see price, and then we'll most likely see a fair value gap be made, which will also become a draw on liquidity. So that's our swing low of the week so far, and our swing high of the week. So that is our current range. I don't know why it's not loading mine. It must be sucking right now. So that's kind of like what we're looking at in the daily. Same sort of thing. I want to see go price go June, and then sell off. That's my ideal move. but you know, stock market does not always trade how we want it to trade. Just tidy things up a bit here. Alright, so in the 4 hour, we can see that there is buy side bearish fair value gaps, indicating that within this range there is numerous imbalances that price will want to trade into. So we can see it's already trading back into this liquidity void, and that is good indication that what we are anticipating is likely to happen, right? So yeah, ideally I would like to see some kind of SMT down here at this lows. I don't think we have it. Yeah, see, we don't have that SMT yet, but hopefully we see it, and that would just give us a very good indication that price is going to be trading back into the IRL of the bearish range. So going to the 1 hour, same sort of thing. So we can just clearly see the price has now made a possible change in the state of delivery. I would like to see this fair value gap be made. That would be really good indication. Remember, keep in mind, not always we want to see SMTs there. SMT might not appear sometimes it might. But yeah, that's a really good sign. So that's kind of a Monday. A Monday will dictate what I'll be looking for in the upcoming week. Keep in mind also we have many failure swing highs. So these are all failure swing highs that are going to be points of interest for price to sweep and trade into. So these are all going to be areas where people are going to stop people out, take profit, just where liquidity rests really. So that is NQ for the week. Yeah, you guys sort of get it. Monday will be a continuation or reversal. Tuesday will be a accumulation or a retracement. Thursday manipulation, and Friday a distribution. So Thursday is all going to be like a manipulation / distribution leading into the distribution. But yeah, that's what I want to be seeing. We'll be trading days that suit the strategy. So let's go into the ES chart, the SP500. I'm just going to zoom through this one a little bit quicker. Okay, so order block. So that is our daily order block. I'm not going into the weekly because it's just like such a strong bearish range. So previous week high, and similarly we have swept our previous swing low on ES. Going to the weekly so we can get a better understanding where price is going to most likely draw to, and that is going to be this swing low. So that is going to be the strong liquidity if price is to do what we want it to do. Right, that's our range of the current week. So swing. Why am I keep marking the swing low, the swing high? That's the swing low, right? Alright, let's keep going. What else are we seeing? We're seeing a volume imbalance within the daily order block. So that is what we're gonna mark off next. I like to call it coordinated. It just makes things a lot more clear, especially when you start zooming out. I know that people, don't need this sort of stuff, but I still need it. I think it's quite beneficial. Others may argue, but again, same sort of thing. Early stages of the week, going to IRL, and stages of the week, we're going into ERL. So you got to keep in mind, what are the two things that market does? Generate liquidity, which is our ERLs, so which is our swing low, swing highs, and balance price out, which is drawing into the IRL, the internal range liquidity, so that it may be volume imbalances, fair value gaps, liquidity voids, things that are not balanced within that range. So that is why I'm saying we're most likely going to be drawing into the IRL of the range. Okay. So similarly, on ES, we have not swept that low, which that just indicates to me that we're going to be building some kind of liquidity there. So failure swing lows in this instance, making it a very, very high probability drawn liquidity if price does not get swept. Right? That is our fair value gaps, buy side. These are going to be points where short sellers and long traders are going to be looking at either exiting position or entering positions. And I'm not going to mark that out because I stop stacking fair value gaps on fair value gaps, but there is fair value gaps right there. And we can also see that this liquidity void, is being the drawn liquidity for price at this current point in time. So price has been drawing into this liquidity void after the massive sell-off we've seen in the weekly open. That was insane. Cheers Trumpy. So yeah, that's same sort of thing. Still pretty confident that that's most likely going to be the draw liquidity, but again, things can change. The market's not promised. As you can see, we're literally on our way to absolutely red days every single day, but we'll just see how it goes. And same sort of deals going on here. We are seeing a change in the state of delivery in the 1 hour. So we are, the lower we go in time frames, the earlier we're going to see things happen. Also, inverse fair value gap. I don't know if I marked it on the other one, but it's like a very small one. Keep in mind what an inverse fair value gap is. It's a fair value gap that gets inverted with a following opposing fair value gap, if that makes sense. So in this case, there was a bearish fair value gap. You got inverted by a bullish fair value gap, and it must hold in order for the fair value gap to be valid, the inverse fair value gap. So same sort of thing, anticipating for price to draw into this fairly swing highs, which are going to be points of interest, as we know there is resting liquidity at this point in the bearish dealing range. I'm getting a bit more better at speaking on camera, I guess, doing these, and I hope you guys appreciate that. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed and liked and has shown some love. But yes, these are going to be points of interest for us this week. Either we're going to be taking profits, or we're going to be going short or long, but yeah, these are going to be areas. But yeah, let's just do a quick. We could do $1 one if you guys really want. What's time? It's 14. I don't know. I'll cut it off here. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll be making more videos this week just to keep you guys updated. I'll be making some trade recaps for the trades that I take, win or lose. Remember, we're doing the 100k challenge. Please comment what you guys want to see. Hopefully I can get something better set up soon. Maybe just, today I just decided to do it on the bed, just chilling, have a more relaxed approach. I worked today. It was a pretty hard day at work. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.